Hi, Scorpio. My name is Darlene Dotson, and this is your destiny of truth for the month of April. Now, on the 1st or 2nd, depending on where you live, we have got Mercury in Pisces in the 5th house, and that's sextiling Pluto in Capricorn in the 3rd house. You have been going through a lot of transformations in your day to day life, in your communications, um, and just everyday things. And it's with Mercury being in Pisces in your 5th house, you're communicating with those that you date, with your children, or with in a creative project that brings you happiness and joy. And this is how you're communicating emotionally with others, at you're using your sixth sense too with it being in Pisces. But on the 3rd, we have got Mercury entering Aries in your 6th house. Okay. Your 6th house has to do with your work, your health. It could be a small pet also. But, you are communicating more in those areas and you're doing it aggressively, okay? Whether it's at work or, you're going after the things that you want. Aries is a self-starter, okay? Sometimes they jump too quick, but they are self-starters. Now, on the 6th, we've got Venus in Aries in your 6th house, sextiling Mars in Gemini in your 8th house. With your 8th house, you're doing more than one thing with it being Gemini. You're taking actions there. And that could be transformation, taxes, death, wills, astrology, you are tarot, but you're taking action in this area of your life. And it's something that you love to do, okay? And you want to do it for work. And you're trying to bring it to the forefront in your life. Then on the 9th, we have Mercury in Aries conjunct Chiron in Aries in the 6th house. And here we're dealing with Aries. Again, we're communicating aggressively. We're communicating things that we want to do about ourselves. Could be self-awareness. You're communicating your self-awareness. While Aries might rush in, they're also very self-aware people. They know who they are and what they're capable of. Well, this is conjunct Chiron in Aries in your 6th house. Okay, you need to heal things at work. Okay, you need to heal yourself and your health. And this is what you're doing. You're doing it maybe by becoming self aware, you're healing your physical health, or, by communicating, what you need, you're healing your relationship at work. And then we have Mars in Gemini in the 8th house. Again, you're taking action in more than one area of your life here, whether it be taxes, wills, death, transformation, astrology, tarot, and it's squaring Neptune in Pisces, okay, in the 5th house. It's squaring that creative vision. There's some challenges that you're going to have to overcome with your actions. Okay. And that's fine. There's always a challenge. Heck, I have a T square in my chart that is involved with my sun, Mars, and Saturn, and I have pretty much overcame that. And if I can overcome that, I think that we can all overcome, dual actions in the eighth house, squaring, the Pisces fifth house, whether it's dating, child, or, something, we're doing things that bring us happiness. We can overcome it. Then on the 10th, we've got Mercury and Mars in the sixth house, sextiling Saturn in Aquarius in the fourth house. Someone with your home and family or the very foundation is restricting what you want. Okay? They're restricting in your home and family, they are restricting you. And it basically has to do with your communication at work, okay, or your communication about your health, or, about a small pet, but they're restricting you. And then we have Mercury again. It also could be government, because the government no, that would be ninth house. Never mind. Okay. Then we've got Venus in Aries in the sixth house. And, you're communicating at work in a loving way. Okay. You love what you do. Okay. You love it. But it's sextiling Jupiter in Aquarius in the fourth house. And you're going to have to work through those issues, okay? That it's expanding with the very foundation of your home and family, okay? That you're building. Then on the 11th, we have got Venus in Aries again in your sixth house. And that is squaring Pluto and Capricorn in your third house. You love your work life, but you want communications to be on a more even level. You want your day-to-day life to be on firmer footing. And in order to do that, you have got to tear away what is no longer working in communications in order to, do the job that you love to do. Then we have got a new beginning in your sixth house of Aries, Scorpio, which is your work life, your physical health, or it could also be a small pet. There's a new beginning there for you. But it is square Pluto. So you're going to have to overcome that communication problem that you're having, okay? Then on the 13th, we have got the sun in Aries in the sixth house, sextile Mars in Gemini in the eighth house. Again, you're taking action probably in more than one area of your life, whether it's astrology, tarot, wills, taxes, death, transformation. But, you're putting your energy into that area of your life, and it's helping you to shine a light on your own self-worth in your work, okay, or in your health. You are knowing now what you're worth. You're knowing now You know, how much your physical health depends on all, you know, you taking action in these areas. Then on the 14th, we've got Venus entering Taurus in your seventh house. Okay. And just know, okay, that Venus entering this house, you're loving your partnerships. You're going to be more secure in your partnerships, on firmer foundation within partnerships. You know, I believe they're actually going to start showing you just how much you do mean. Okay. Then on the 15th, you are, okay, you've got the sun in Aries in the sixth house. Again, it's about your work and your health. And it's sextiling Jupiter in Aquarius, okay? In the fourth house of your home, family. Your work life is expanding issues for you in home, in family, in making you secure, okay? Then on the 16th, we've got the sun in Aries in the sixth house, okay? And you're shining your light at work right now, okay? And in your health. But Pluto is squaring, you know, that third house of day-to-day events, communication. He's saying something's got to go here. You know, it's got to change in order for you to evolve and be more self-aware physically, okay? Or in your job. Then on the 16th or 17th, we have got Mars and Gemini in the 8th house, trining Jupiter in Aquarius in the 4th house. And you're finally going to get, you know, make headway in death, taxes, wills, transformation, astrology, tarot. You're going to be moving forward in this area. And it's trining Jupiter in Aquarius in your fourth house of the very foundation that builds you. Okay? You're going to feel more secure. It's going to blow up because it's something that's different. And you know, you're not gonna, 9 to 5 doesn't suit you, Scorpio. Let's just face it. Okay. Then on the 17th, we've got Mercury in Aries in the sixth house, sextiling Jupiter in Aquarius in the fourth house. And again, communications in your work life, okay, or in your physical health it's going to take some work, but if you do, it can help you to build that more secure home base that you want to build, that's different, that you've never had, okay? You don't, it just, you don't want what you've had in the past because it didn't work. Let's face it. What your family taught you had to go to get you where you are right now. And you want to build something from where you are right now and not with what you were taught by your family. Then we've got Mercury, okay, in Aries in the sixth house again, communicating more at work and about health issues. And it's sextiling Gemini in Mars and Gemini in that eighth house. And it could have to do with death. It could have to do with wills or taxes or, you know, some type of transformation that's happening in the health industry, because Virgo rules that sixth house. But there's definitely something going on here that's going to be transformative, whether it's your tax return you're working on, but something's happening. Then here we've got Mars in Aries in the sixth house, squaring Pluto in Capricorn in the third house. Again, there's something that has to be transformed in your day to day life. There is some kind of communication that has to be stripped away. And it's a challenge happening in this area, and it has to do with communications at work, okay, or communications in health. But something has to give way. Then on the 17th through the 18th, we've got Mars in Gemini in the 8th house. And that's in conjunct or quincunx, whatever you want to call it, Pluto in Capricorn in the 3rd house. Again, you're stripping away things in the communication sector that no longer work for you. Okay? And it has to do with the 8th house, whether it's death, taxes, other people's money, astrology, things of that nature. It's like a rock in the shoe to your transform, with this communication. Then we've got the 18th, we've got the Sun in Aries in conjunct Mercury in Aries, and it's both in the 6th house. And all I can tell you is, Scorpio, do not blow up at work with anybody, whether it be your boss, an employee, or even in your health, okay? So if you work out, you're the only one I'm going to tell this to. If you work out with it being in your 6th house, do something a little bit more slower on this day, okay? Working out is fine, but with this conjunction between the Sun and Mercury happening, there's going to be some kind of blow up, okay? And I don't want you to hurt yourself working out. Then on the 19th, okay, we have Mercury entering Taurus in the 7th house. Okay, Mercury here, you're going to be getting more grounded. So if you didn't argue at work yesterday, you're going to be able to get more grounded now about those issues that are happening at work, and you're going to be able to communicate them in a way that makes you feel more stable. And also don't argue with others on that day about their own health issues. Then we've got the Sun on the 19th entering Taurus in the 7th. Okay. And here, you want to feel stable and secure again. And you're invested in making sure that happens with the partnerships that you want. Then on the 22nd, we have got Venus conjunct Uranus in Taurus in the 8th. And here, it's no doubt that you either love something that you're doing. 8th house matters. Could also be, it's the most intimate relationship. It's where you share the most intimate parts of you. And you love this, whether it's astrology, tarot, it could be other people's money, a health issue. Well, no, that would be 6. Um, you know, but it has something to do with a partnership because it's Venus, and Venus rules our natural 7th house. So it's something that you do love, whether it's a person, could be like an other person. It could be astrology, tarot, doing taxes, um, doing, no, going through a transformation with this person. And it's all happening because you're changing, things to make your own self feel more secure. And these changes had to come with these people that you love in order for you to get the respect that you deserve. Then on the 23rd, we have got Mars enters Aries in Cancer in the 9th house. Okay? Here, things are going to calm down a little. You're not going to be going in all different directions. And Scorpio hates that. They like to be focused on what they're doing. They don't want to go in 50 million directions every day. They want to get things off their list. And it's going to be moving in to Cancer, which is your 9th house. Okay. Cancer, is ruled by the moon. So you're looking at things that have to do with your intuition, with your philosophies, with your family, and traveling, and religion, and education, marketing, all these different things, and you're putting your energy into it, but you're definitely emotionally connected to what you're doing here. Then on the 23rd or 24th, we've got Mercury conjunct Uranus in Taurus in the 7th house. And here we have got Mercury. You're communicating in partnerships that you want to feel secure with, but you're having to change the way that you communicate in order for you to feel more secure. The old way is no longer working with partners. Then the 24th or the 25th, you've got Venus and Taurus in the 7th house of your partnerships. So you are feeling you've been restricted in home and family matters. Okay, building the secure family base that you want, or building a dream that you have of home, owning a home, and your partnerships in your life are pretty much, they've been doing this, and it's because you love them and you want to build a secure base with them, but they don't see things the same way as you do. Then on the 25th, we have got Mercury in Taurus in the 7th. Okay. Yeah. And now that's squaring Saturn in Aquarius in the 4th. And again, you're communicating what you need within partnerships that'll make you feel secure, because you feel like your partners have been restricting you from the things that you want to make that secure foundation for yourself. They have been putting their thoughts into it, but they're not, putting in to how you want to build that foundation. Then we've got Mercury conjunct Venus in Taurus in the 7th. So whatever's going on here, you're going to find harmony. Okay. but you got to talk about it to get it out in order for both parties to have that firm foundation. Then we've got the moon in Scorpio, which is your first house, Scorpio. And it's opposed by you shining a light on your partnerships to give them a secure base. You got to make sure, Scorpio, this full moon, it's a challenge to you, okay? You have got to make sure that you're building, giving yourself what you need to, okay? Yes, give your partners what they need, but you got to get what you need also. And then on the 27th, we got Pluto retrograde in this communication and your day-to-day life. Also in, could be a card too. That also is third house. You've been going through a lot of changes in this area, and it's not going to stop anytime soon. So on the 29th, and you're going to go back over with decisions that you've made to see if they're the right ones. Then on the 29th, we've got Mercury in Taurus in the 7th house, sextiling Neptune in Pisces in the 5th house. And you're going to be communicating with partners that make you feel secure, that are going in the same direction as you are. And it could be with a child, someone you're dating, or it could be in a creative endeavor. But, you're going to have to do some work here with the communications, but, with that partnership. But once you do, you're going to know exactly what you want and the harmony that you feel. Then on the 30th, okay, we got the sun in Taurus in the 7th house, conjunct Uranus in Taurus in the 7th house. Okay, now here we have got the sun, all right, and you are invested in your partnerships and feeling secure in your partnerships. But there's got to be a change in order for you to have that security, in order for you to feel that security that you need. You've got to give people what you need them to give you. If you want security, you got to be their safe place to go to, okay? You can't keep putting them through changes because you get so fixed in your attitude, okay? You got to be willing to listen to them, but they got to be willing to listen to you, okay? And this is something that I know firsthand because I always thought my way was the right way and everybody else should do it my way. And in time, found out, nope, that each person is born to do their own thing, okay? They have to figure that out for themselves. You can't tell anybody how to live. And God knows if I could tell anybody how to live, I would be trying, to tell my son. But he's got to find his own path, just like I have to find my own path. And the two of us, have to find a way to communicate with each other without getting aggravated. And here, that day that we've got the sun and Mercury communicating, I know I'm not going to communicate, even though it says 6th house, and that's my house of health. So I do know on that day I'll do exercises, but I'll be doing a slow version of it. And I also know that I will also not be talking to my employer that day, if at all possible, because I'm not one for exploding. I would rather have the calm, collective, Mercury in Taurus, even though it's fixed. I would rather have that than the explosion of an Aries, okay? Because that Aries energy just drives me up the wall. But that's why it's quincux my Scorpio, okay? It's not an energy I do real well. But anyway, that is your astrological forecast. And I would say for anything this month for you, you're going to be doing a lot of transformation in the way that you communicate in your partnerships, okay? In those eighth house matters, okay? So just know that you're going to be communicating a lot. Now, we are doing the work your light cards, okay? So let's pick them up. All right. Tell me about Scorpio for the month of April. Okay, you got Keepers of the Earth. And I'm going to tell you, Scorpio, know that you're not alone. Okay? You are here. Okay? And all your ancestors are with you. You're the keeper of the earth. You're here to teach people. You're here trying to think here. Okay. It's getting late. My mind's starting to shut down. That you are a product of all of your ancestors. And you have overcome a lot of the challenges that have been left upon you. And they're happy for you that you have. They, in this world, you have a lot of people that are supporting you every step of the way of where you want to go. And know that the work that you've done, is awesome because, they're thanking you, your ancestors, for breaking the conditioning that has been brought upon you to the way that they were conditioned. You are here to protect the earth, okay? And you are learning how to receive help in the physical realm. Because let's face it, you are really good at being in the ethereal realm. Okay? Well, now it's time for you to find financial abundance. Okay? From the services of others. But you're going to have to keep building, what you know. Just know that you're the keeper of the earth and that you just have to keep building what you know to be right And that might not always be what the foundation that you have around wants for you. But you've got to use your creativity in order to move forward. And I mean, know that that help that you need is coming, okay? But again, you got to give yourself a firm foundation first, and you have to be willing to give others the foundation, the firm foundation that you're seeking. You can't expect others to give you something and not get, okay? You know, something in return. There's boundaries in life. And I don't care what relationship it is. Yes, you can love your child, you can love your spouse, you can love your mother, you can love your father. But if they're going over your boundaries, then it's not working, okay? And you can't let them continue to do that. You've got to stand up for what you want in your partnerships in life. And that I don't care if it's someone you're dating, if it's your employer, I don't care who it is. There has got to be some type of boundary there. And there's got to be some type of what's acceptable for you and what's not. And if it's not acceptable, then you're going to have to let them go. And I know that it can hurt if it's a parent. I know that it can hurt if, you know, it's a family member. And the reason I know this is years ago, I had to let go of my mother because my mother kept going over my boundaries. I've tried to reach out to her and talk to her, but she doesn't want to admit things. And again, they're her issues to get over, okay? They're not my issues. She's got to deal with them. So I'm here with my ancestors, okay? And I know they're with me. My grandmother loved me very, very much, which is her mother, okay? And she gave me a firm foundation on which to build my life. But, you know, and I wish no harm to my mother. I love her, okay? I have gotten over those issues that I was left with. Yes, I can love her and still not allow her in my life if she can't respect my boundaries, you know. And as a Scorpio, I'm a seeker of the truth. And some people can't admit it. So, anyway, I will let you go and know that you have the support that you need in the restrictions that you have felt from your home, from your family, you know, from the people that you're dating, okay? Just focus on what makes you happy and brings you joy, okay? And overcome each step as they come. Because Scorpio, I'm going to tell you, you're awesome. You have overcome a lot and still are moving forward, and you're not cynical about it. You still believe that people are good at all levels. So, I am going to let you go, Scorpio. No, I'll see you in May. I love you. And hopefully, what I've given you will help you this month. See you next month. Bye.